I have already typed the first two paragraphs of the document as they appear now in the video. You can maximize the video screen and type the two paragraphs. After you maximize the screen, pause it. You can type the two paragraphs looking at the screen now. Or better yet, go to the textbook and starting at the top of page WD 74, step 4, the text continues at the bottom of page WD 74, steps 1 and 2. Then you resume typing on the bottom of page WD 77 and finish at the top of page WD 78, steps 2 and 3. You can skip the autocomplete feature or autocorrect feature because we did that exercise before we started typing the document. Notice the extra blank line. And I want to make note, when you type the paragraphs that are in the textbook or from the computer screen here, make sure you do misspell the word sound. Part of this exercise is they want us to learn how to use the spell checker feature. So now notice I have that extra space there. I need to highlight all the text, including the last paragraph symbol, so it would change the text from this point forward. I'm going to click on Remove Space After Paragraph. So now there's only two spaces after, two blank lines after the paragraph rather than three. And now when I click there, notice the command changed. Now it says add space after paragraph because we don't have that extra blank line. If we wanted to change it, which we won't, we could do so. Okay, we're going to click our cursor after the word volume so we can insert our source. When we take material from a book, even if we don't take it word for word, if the ideas, the logic of what we said, the facts that we stated about hearing loss, all that came from the source. Even though we didn't take it word for word, we didn't already know it per se, so we have to cite the source. So I click on APA because I want to change from the APA format. When I went for my master's degree, we had to use APA format on all our papers, so that's what we had to use. But for our project for class, we're going to use MLA style. MLA style stated that we wanted only two blank lines after the paragraph. That's why we had to change it. So now we're going to hit Insert Citation, the Insert Citation command, and we're going to say add a new source. We're going to tell it this is where we got the material from. And the source type right now is set up to say that it's coming from a book. We're going to change that to say we're getting this from a periodical. Now, times have changed over the years, and citing periodicals works different than what it used to be. Many, many years ago, there wasn't the internet, so you didn't have periodicals published on the internet. And many, many years ago, when you got information from the internet, you had to state the website that you got it from. But because the web is such a common form of getting sites for our paper now, all we have to do is indicate that we did get it from the web. Now, this source, you can find this source on page WD80, and you can find all the information there that I have entered in the text boxes on this screen. I'm going to zoom in to show you some features or some things we need to keep in mind when we cite from a source. We need to say AUG period because we abbreviated August, and N period PAG period to say that there were no page numbers. Show all bibliography fields needs to be check marked. Okay, we don't have a particular day when this was published on the website, so we don't type the particular day. We're going to scroll down the screen so we can enter in the remaining part of that. Now, we don't want to use what's in the book. We want to use this date here for this semester, and then in future semesters, use the date like 2 days prior or 3 days prior to when you type this paper. The sample in the book, they actually got it from the source in 2017. That's why they're using 2017. We want to use a current date because that's when we're working on our research paper. So after we have the whole dialog box filled in, we're going to double check, make sure we have everything in there correctly. Click OK. Now you see the TU in parentheses next to the end of the paragraph. That's how MLA cites its sources.